Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm Nicole and I'm really excited to be making the first video of 2021. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about email lists and why it's so important for writers to have an email list. And I'll also give you some tips for how to get started. And you might know that I just released a course all about email list building, and I'm sharing in that even more advanced strategies that will help you to grow your email list fast. And I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of this video. But first, let's talk about why an email list is so important if you are a writer. And you might be wondering, well, do people even read emails anymore? You know, we have so many different social media platforms, and you might also have a website. But the truth is that email is still very, very powerful. And if you think about it, everybody has an email address, but they might not be on every social media platform. So you can actually reach more people through an email list than you can if you just have a social media presence. Now, let's talk about why an email list is so important. And the first reason is because an email list gives you a way to communicate directly with your fans. So an email is way more personal than an update on your social media accounts or even a blog post. Because when you're sending an email, it's going right into somebody's inbox, and it's just a great way to forge a deeper connection with them. Now, you might have a website, and I strongly recommend that you have a website if you're a writer, because that's where you can put your blog posts and you can share what you're creating. But even if somebody comes to your website, they might enjoy your blog posts, but then they might leave and forget about you, and they're not going to know when you create something new. But when you have that email list, you are able to email your subscribers whenever you create something new. So you're able to notify them whether you're selling a new book or a product, or even if you write a short story and you want to share that with your email list. So recently I wrote a short story and I put it on my website, and not a lot of people knew that I had just updated my website with this short story, but I was able to tell my email list about this short story, and they were able to go and read it. So it gives you that personal way of connecting with them and letting them know when you create something new. And this leads into the second reason why having an email list is so important. And that is that you own your email list. And this is in contrast to if you have a following on social media, where you're really trying to get your message through a middleman to your followers. So if you have an account on Facebook, you don't own Facebook. If you have an account on Instagram, you don't own Instagram. And these social media platforms are constantly changing their algorithms. And I've actually seen on my accounts where I have lost 50% engagement because the algorithm changed and the social media platform wanted me to pay to get my message in front of more people. Or you could even, we talk about constantly when we're writing to back up your writing. And that's the same thing that could happen when you have a following on social media, where if your Facebook account gets hacked or suspended even by accident, you might not be posting anything controversial, but sometimes something can happen to your account. This actually happened to me once on Medium, where my account was accidentally suspended because it got caught in a spam filter or something like that, and I would have lost my audience if I had not been able to reach out to them and they were able to restore it. And thankfully they were, but a lot of times you're not be able to get through to the social media platform. And having an email list helps you to have a way to communicate with all of those fans if something were to happen to your social media account, or even to your website. Sometimes you could have a problem with your website where your website goes offline, but If you have an email list, you can reach out to your followers and let them know what is happening, and you're not going to lose your entire audience. And the third and final reason why having an email list is so important is if you want to make money online from what you are creating. Maybe you haven't created a product yet, but you would like to create one in the future, or you have a book you want to sell. Emails actually sell more effectively than posts on social media or an update just put on your website. And the reason is because a lot of times when people are going on social media, they're not going on there to get ads. So when you have an email list, you can reach out to your subscribers and find out from them what kind of product would best help them, and they can become involved in the entire process as you create that for them. And if you're launching a book, you can use your email list to build your book launch team, and it's just way more powerful than social media or blog posts at actually promoting a product to your followers. So those are just some of the reasons why having an email list is so important and why you should begin building an email list today. So if you have an email list, you should definitely try to grow it. And if you don't have an email list, then you need to get started so you don't lose your audience in the future. So there is a really interesting article by the founding executive editor of Wired, Kevin Kelly, about how if you are trying to make a living from your art or, creating online, it's really important to have 1,000 true fans. And email marketers have really run with this and said, that is the target to shoot for when you're first building your email list. Try to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So I'm going to give you some tips for how to get started with an email list, but I have also recently released a course that just goes way deeper and will really take you all the way from getting your very first email subscriber all the way to launching your first product to your list. And I'll put a link to that in the description box below so you can check it out. And I really think you're going to find it really helpful if you are starting an email list from scratch, or you've had an email list for a while, but it's not growing and you want to add more subscribers so you can build a loyal audience online. So my first tip is to get an email marketing service. And that's because you can't send bulk emails to your subscribers if you're just using like a regular email client like Gmail. But you need to have a service that's going to let you send out emails to hundreds of subscribers. And I personally recommend MailerLite, and I will leave a link to that in the description box below. And they have a really great series of videos that will show you how to set that up and get started so you can begin sending emails to your list. My second tip is to put subscribe forms on your website. Have a form on your website or, a link on your social media sites to where people can go to subscribe to your email list. So you do want to promote your email list. And in my course, I'm going to give you many more strategies that will help you to grow your email list fast. But this is kind of how to begin, is to make sure that you are giving your followers, wherever they may be right now, a way to join your list. And my third tip is to give your email subscribers exclusive content that they're not going to find on your website or on your social media platforms. So this will give them a reason to subscribe to your list, and it will also give them a reason to stay on your list. And make sure they know that when they join your list that they're going to get content that they can't find anywhere else. So this might be a special gift that you give them when they first subscribe, like a PDF ebook, sort of an incentive for them to join. And then also make sure that in your emails you continue to give them exclusive content. So I hope these 3 tips help you, but if you would like to go even deeper and learn other strategies that will help you to grow your email list fast, make sure to check out my course. Again, it's going to take you all the way from getting your very first email subscriber, and then we'll talk about the many different ways that you can make money from your email list. So make sure to hit the like button if you found this video helpful and one of your plans this year is to grow your email list. And I also look forward to hearing from you in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic week. God bless, and I wish you all the best with your writing projects.